You talked about the management layer, Darin. Are these managers or administrators in different VA regions throughout the country? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's the healthcare system. So it can be everything from the senior executive service, the medical center directors, the supervisors at the hospital, the chief medical officers. It's usually not any of the clinicians. It's usually not the nurses, because clinicians and nurses want their patients to be successful, and they don't want patients waiting 3, 4, 5, 6 months. As a matter of fact, a lot of my information I get for what's happening comes from doctors and nurses who track me down and say, we appreciate what you did. The Mission Act. It actually gave us the ability to make sure veterans got care in a timely manner. And then we've been ordered not to do it. And I've seen them punished. I've seen them sent to other medical centers as punishment. I've seen them disciplined. I've seen them quit out of disgust. And so the problem is with management, they, in their socialized healthcare, patients are a secondary thing. Their own personal pet projects, research, or whatever becomes the number one priority. It is so bad that VA is down to about 6 patients a day for a clinician to see. And in some areas, 3 or 4 patients a day. And so they always complain about not having staff. It's not they don't have enough staff. They don't have productivity, because when doctors and nurses say, hey, we would like to get back up to like 15 or 16 and see more patients to get our wait times down, they're saying, no. Don't ever say that again. We run this ship. So it's whether you're a veteran or whether you're staff, it is a very autocratic, dictatorial, socialized healthcare system. It runs on control and not having information for the veterans to run it, which is why for veterans, VA has a thing called the reliance number. The reliance number is how much does a veteran patient use VA for their healthcare versus how much do they use their other health insurance.
Yeah.
And 84% of veterans have other health insurance. Well, the number is, and most people might be surprised about this, the average veteran only gets about 38% of their care from the VA and 62% from their other health insurance. VA is free to the veteran for the most part, a few co-pays here and there, no premiums. And their other health insurance, as you and your listeners know, it's very expensive if you get private health care.
Yeah, so if you have private health care. Darin, names. I'm sure Mr. Collins and other top-level VA officials know the names of these administrators, or at least some of these managers, who are causing and perpetuating the problems that you're talking about. Would that be a fair statement? Have any of them been fired?
No.
Why not?
Well, one of the problems is that they stopped following the president's accountability legislation. And so the previous administration made deals with the unions that it is very hard to fire employees again. Unlike with the accountability legislation, you had a due process that was very quick and you could fire them, and we actually posted it on the website. So that is another problem. They have to go through the process. And so, vision directors, medical center directors, they are shorthanded. They just got on their legal counsel. They're just adding employees. It's been a tough fight. As you know, the Democrats have been blocking until recently, until the override in the Senate. They've been blocking almost all political employees. And so the political appointees, there's only 39 of them to run the entire VA, which has over 450,000 employees. The majority are there. So they're in the process of identifying, and I talk to them off the side, and they're saying, hey, we are trying to get down to the truth, because if you fire someone, you have to actually have some evidence of what to fire them. They're very good at hiding the evidence. But do we know who they are generally? Yeah, we know.
Like, you've done a very good job of articulating the evidence. I mean, you wouldn't be on here talking about these horrendous issues if there wasn't data to support it.
There's data. They have found the old documents, and I'm with you. I think that they should identify and make some examples of a few of these careers. And look, one of the things that you can do is, it's kind of like the military. You can fire without actually kicking them out of the thing.